Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida L076508, Georgia 69178, Idaho MLO 208023796, Illinois 031.0058339, Missouri, North Carolina I210940, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's a mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.
Okay, so welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I am Debbie Marcoux. I am the Mortgage Mom. And today we are talking about FHA and VA Streamline refinances. Now, why are we talking about this today? Well, we all know that the Federal Reserve is right around the corner from starting to cut interest rates. And knowing that the economy is cooling and all of the different inflation reports that have come out here recently, the unemployment report that came out recently, the market is starting to already price those things into our rate sheets. So we have also seen interest rates drop quite significantly over the last 2 weeks, which is opening up the possibility for you to refinance if you have an FHA or a VA loan. So we're going to talk a little bit about that Streamline because it is something that you're going to start seeing a lot of this. You're going to get marketed by your current mortgage companies who hold your mortgage notes at the time being, who you pay your monthly payment to. You are going to start getting marketed over and over again about this easy refinance that can be done. And so I want to talk about what those are, how they work, and if you have closed on a purchase or even a refinance over the last 18 months, you are more than likely in a position right now that you could be lowering your interest rate and saving yourself money every month in your monthly payment. So that is what today's show is going to be all about. I want to invite everybody to put your questions right into the feed. If you have questions that you'd like to ask, please feel free to do so. But again, this is for somebody that has an FHA or a VA loan currently in place. So if you took out this loan anytime within really 2023 or 2024, you are more than likely in a position that you could do a Streamline refinance. So let's get into the nuts and bolts of that. What is it exactly? So an FHA or VA and a Streamline refinance, we are taking your current mortgage balance and we are rewriting the terms at a lower interest rate. Now, there are a couple of different variances between the two mortgage programs. One of them says VA, that you have to have had your mortgage for at least 210 calendar days, where FHA says you need to have made at least 6 monthly payments. So a little bit different on the time frame as far as who qualifies. But again, you don't want to do this loan. It doesn't do any good for you unless interest rates have come down enough for you to be saving money. And somebody that would have taken this loan out 210 days ago or made 6 monthly payments on their current mortgage that they have in place would absolutely be seeing lower interest rates today with the opportunity to do that refinance. Now, another thing about this is with a VA loan, they require that you are saving at least 0.5% in your interest rate. So if your interest rate is not going to drop by at least 0.5%, then you're not going to be qualified for that VA Streamline. They want the veteran, the borrower, to be saving a significant amount to do this program. They don't want you doing this program for just a small amount of monthly savings. They want it to be something that is going to save you a good amount of money. So even with an FHA, although that rule isn't there, with an FHA, really VA's on the right target as far as you really should see about 0.5% better in interest rate from what your current interest rate is today before you'd really want to take advantage of this type of program. But what do we need to do? So we do need to pull credit. There are programs available without pulling credit. So I want to put that out there for you. We can do a streamline refinance without pulling credit. However, the interest rate that you do get will be much lower if we do pull credit and we use your credit score. So we typically say, let's pull credit. We're going to get you into a better interest rate. We do verify verbally where you work. We are not going to get W-2s. We are not going to get pay stubs. We do not need to do an appraisal. So a streamlined refinance is a very, very simple refinance. Now, do you have to go back to the mortgage lender where you currently make your mortgage payment? No, you do not. If you have a VA loan or an FHA loan and you want to do a streamline refinance, you can absolutely call us and work with us to get that done. You're going to get much better hands-on personal assistance working with a loan officer like me or my team than you would get by just going back through the 800 number on your mortgage statement. You're not going to get that same kind of help. So definitely we would love to see you give us a call and talk to us about your loan and see if we can't get you into that streamline and get that going for you. I can see that Why Not jumps on and says, happy Wednesday, everyone. So happy Wednesday, Why Not? Thank you so much for joining. This show is all about refinancing, so I know that you are looking to purchase your new home. This is great information to know for down the road once you've purchased, you have a loan, and you're thinking about maybe refinancing. So always educational to join my program, and I love that you are here, so please feel free to ask questions. But today we are talking about FHA and VA streamlines. So again, you have to currently have an FHA or a VA loan in place. So no, you cannot have a conventional loan and then streamline that loan into an FHA or a VA transaction. You do have to have currently an FHA or a VA loan in place. But again, as I was mentioning right before I stopped to say hi, you do not have to show pay stubs. We're going to verbally verify where you work. We do not have to get an appraisal. It is a very, very simple refinance, and it is just truly to be able to drop the interest rate that you currently have on your mortgage today. So I want to give you guys a couple of examples of streamlines that we have in place right now that we are currently working on closing so that it might resonate with you a bit and you might be able to say, hey, you know what, that actually would be great for me. So currently I've got a client who we did his mortgage just about a year ago. He purchased almost a year ago, I believe end of this month or beginning of September, makes it 1 year. His interest rate on his loan currently today is at 7.25%. That is about where interest rates were at that time a year ago. Now he has an FHA loan and we are doing a streamline for him right now. And the rate that I am getting him into, he is locked in and moving forward, is at 5.625. So we are saving him well over a point, actually a little bit, about 1.5 points is what we are saving him. And he is going to be saving about $500 a month. And that $500 is actually taking into account that his homeowner's insurance has gone up since he closed on his purchase. So he's gotten his new policy renewal, and the insurance companies actually increased his payment, his actual policy, his insurance policy, by quite a bit. So through the refinance, we are working on getting him a better policy put into place, a little bit less expensive than the current carrier that he has. And then we are also saving him that money every month. So definitely a good decision for him as far as moving forward with that streamline refinance. I can see Lyndon gets on and says, hello there. This is Linda. Always good to get your mortgage information, looking for a HELOC. So Linda, you just need to give us a call about that HELOC and talk to us. We do have some fabulous home equity lines of credit right now. We've got one that is closing in between, kind of on average, we're seeing 5 to 7 days. Very, very simple process. You're not giving me W-2s. You're not giving me pay stubs. We're not doing an appraisal. Very similar to the Streamline refinance that I'm talking about today. Everything is done online. It's an online value that it assigns. It's connecting your bank accounts through your online banking app, and they are looking at the deposits going into your account monthly. They're doing a soft credit pull in order to give you your pre-qualified, how much will you qualify for number, and then they are verifying income by just verifying deposits into your bank account. So it goes relatively easy. It's very smooth. It's very simple. And again, those are closing anywhere from 5 to 7 days, depending on how fast you are in getting to them things that they ask you for when they send you a status update email. So there are lots of home equity lines that are out there for somebody that may not work for, that we need to go their traditional method. We need to do full income documentation. We've got home equity lines, home equity loans. We've got numerous investors that we are working with, so please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And so this would be a really good time for me to actually throw out our telephone number to remind everybody how to get in touch with us. So you can always call my office at 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. You can also head over to our website at mortgagemomradio.com. There's a contact us. You can put your application in there. There's all kinds of things that you can do there on the website. The contact us is an email that will come directly to me, and I will reply to you, and we can always set up a time to talk if we need to. I love communicating by email. You guys, you are more than welcome to always email me if you feel that that's the easiest way to go about communication. Please feel free to do so. That's not a problem at all. But Linda, I hope I answered your question about your home equity line, and you just need to reach out and we'll see what we can do for you. So once again, today we were talking about FHA and VA streamlines. I've talked about how easy that they are to do. They are very, very quick, which is nice. One thing to keep in mind is that you will need to have the monthly payment that you are used to making. Instead of making that payment on the first day of the month to your current servicing lender, instead you will make that payment to the escrow company. So that is about the only thing that is something that you do need to know. Instead of making that payment. So we're going to always try to close your loan very close to the end of the month, the 27th, 28th, 29th, 30th. And instead of making the payment on the 1st, you will make the payment to the escrow company that will be closing that new Streamline refinance. Other than that, you just keep moving forward as usual. You'll make a new payment every single month. And it is very, very simple, lowers the interest rate and lowers the monthly payment monthly. Again, in the situation that I talked about right before the home equity line with my client that we currently have in process right now for his Streamline, not only are we saving him $500 a month by dropping his interest rate from 7.25% to 5.625, but we are also able at the same time to get his homeowner's insurance under control, which has also been a pretty big deal for many, many people that are in California right now who are struggling with either premiums going up or their insurance companies just literally telling them that they won't be renewing the policy when it comes to cancel, when it comes to the expiration date. So we can definitely help you shop for new carriers, get that in place, get that interest rate down lower, and save you monthly. So again, if you have an FHA loan or you have a VA loan currently in place and you've taken that loan over the last 18 months, you have made at least 6 monthly payments on your FHA loan, or you have had your mortgage, your VA mortgage, for at least 210 days, then you are eligible to do that Streamline. And again, very, very simple, not a ton of paperwork, no income documentation. We're going to verbally verify where you work. We are not going to do an appraisal. We are not going to get pay stubs or W-2s. So very, very simple. Heather jumps on, says, hi, everyone. Linda says, thank you, and you're very welcome. And Sandra jumps on and says, hi, Debbie. So Sandra Sandra, good to see you guys. This is the time, you guys, perk your ears up. Interest rates are definitely coming down. They are definitely coming down. And many people have been on hold waiting for this to happen so that they could refinance, to possibly pay off some debt, to possibly just try to drop the interest rate and get into a better monthly payment. Today, we're talking Streamlines. Streamlines are not a way to cash out money. You cannot get money in your hand at the time of closing. You are literally just rewriting the current mortgage that you have in place for a lower monthly payment. If you are looking to cash out to get some debts paid off, we can definitely talk to you about that. We can look at what interest rates would be. Again, you're hearing me talk about 5.625 for the client that I have in process right now. We have another client and that was an FHA loan that we talked about. We have another client who is in process at the moment who is a VA loan, and they are also doing a Streamline refinance. They took their loan about 8 months ago. Their interest rate was about 7 3/4, and we are actually bringing their VA rate down to, I believe it's 5.875, again, saving them quite a bit of money monthly for their mortgage. And that is something that can absolutely help you guys with cash flow. We all know what our electricity bills have been just this summer. So if you have a VA or FHA loan, or if you are struggling with the loan that you have, this is a great time to start reaching out to discuss opportunities of refinancing and how it might be able to help you. Interest rates have definitely come down. They've come down by quite a bit. We're seeing that economy cool. Every single report that has come out about, the CPI, the PPI, unemployment, all of those different things, retail sales, they're all coming out. They're all indicating cooling. This is all getting fed back into our mortgage rate sheets. Again, I've talked about this before. Our first mortgage rates are not connected directly to the Federal Reserve prime rate. Even if they do cut that prime rate coming up, we're not going to see an immediate drop in interest rates for mortgages. Mortgages are tied to the mortgage bonds, notes, mortgage-backed securities. We are tied to that just like a stock market. So as we're seeing things happen, we're seeing that idea of a rate cut is coming, probably maybe in September, for sure, most likely by November. Again, nobody's got a crystal ball, but I can tell you that what we're seeing, I can tell you what the analysts are projecting, and they're all thinking that if we get a rate cut, it could be as early as September. Worst case scenario, we'll see one in November, but that is already getting worked into those rate sheets. So 5.625 right now is where our rates are at for a Streamline refinance on an FHA or VA loan. Again, the rate that you get does depend on your credit score. So keep that in mind. Your credit score is a big deal when it comes to what the interest rate is that you will get, but that is an average rate that we've been quoting this week so far, and today's Wednesday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week, that would be about an average for an FHA, about 5.875 for a VA. So some really great rates. Again, those are with no points, very minimal closing costs, and you're not going to bring anything out of pocket other than the monthly payment that you would make on the first day of every month. You are going to bring to the escrow company instead of making it to your lender. So very simple. I hope that I opened up your eyes today. We talked about the easy home equity lines of credit. So if you guys are looking for those, we've got those. Give us a call. We've talked about FHA and VA Streamlines and how easy they are. And if you have one and and your interest rate is up there and it probably is far higher than that if you've taken a loan of an FHA or a VA over the last 18 months. Now is the time to pick up the phone and give us a call. No, you do not have to work with the lender that you have to get that done. Work with our team. Let us help you. Let us give you that hands-on experience, a direct communication, somebody that you can always reach, talk to, email, and communicate with. We would love to do it for you. So once again, our number is 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You. WELEND and the number 4. Head over to that website if you'd like to send me an email. It's mortgagemomradio.com. Do not forget the radio. It is mortgagemomradio.com. You can put in your application. You can send me an email. We've got calculators. We've got all kinds of stuff there on the website for you. You can find here the podcast as well. But again, we want you guys to call us. So one more time, it's 844-935-3634. I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of your week, and I will be back here again next Wednesday talking to you about a whole new something, right? We'll come up with a whole new topic. We'll be back. Talk to y'all real soon. Bye-bye.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the Department of Financial Protection and Innovation under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona 0941504, Florida L076508, Georgia 69178, Idaho MLO 208023796, Illinois 031.0058339, Missouri, North Carolina I210940, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington MLO 237926.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.